I'm Bruce Blakeman. I'm running for Congress in the 4th Congressional District, which is the southern part of Nassau County in New York State. It's one of the most highly populated Jewish districts in the United States, with the 5 towns and Merrick as part of the district. I'm here today with really a giant in American politics, Congressman Peter King, the former chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, and now the chair of the Intelligence Subcommittee, someone who has been a champion of Israel for many, many years. Congressman King, you know, right now we're in the midst of terrible fighting between Israel and Hamas, and a lot of people want to know what our position is with respect to whether or not America should try to get involved with restricting or stopping Israel from prosecuting and finishing the war against Hamas. What are your feelings about that?
No, I have very strong feelings on this, and I've been very disappointed in President Obama's policy. Israel's fighting for its survival. Hamas is a deadly enemy. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. It's our strongest ally in the Middle East, if not in the entire world. And we should not be put any restrictions on Israel at all. It's easy for people in the State Department back in Washington or people in the media in Manhattan to say what Israel should do. The fact is, Israel is the one fighting for survival. We can, in the United States, we can withstand a tragedy or an attack and still survive. Israel has 1 or 2 bad days, and they could be destroyed as a country. They have to be allowed to do what they feel is necessary to destroy Hamas. Go after those tunnels, go after their rockets, do whatever Israel thinks it needs for its survival, and we should not be getting in the way.
I agree 1,000%. I think Congressman King summed it all up. The foreign policy of President Obama and Secretary Kerry has been very weak. Israel should not be bullied into making any kind of ceasefire or any kind of peace unless they're absolutely 100% sure that they will be secure and safe, and that means destroying the tunnels, destroying the places where rockets are being launched, and rooting out the terrorist cells in the Gaza so that they cannot attack innocent women and children in Israel. So, Peter, while this is all going on, one of my big concerns is we're taking our eye off the ball with respect to Iran. July 20th was a deadline by which they were supposed to curtail their ability to produce weapons-grade uranium. And I'm very concerned that Secretary Kerry has now unilaterally extended that deadline without any concessions on the part of Iran, and that Iran, while this is all going on, is continuing to move towards nuclear weapons capability. I think we have to start focusing on that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree completely. I think the whole concept of going into a supposed nuclear agreement with Iran did not make sense. We cannot trust the Iranians. They are doing all they can to move closer to nuclear capability. And the further along they go, the harder it's going to be for us to deter them. And also, quite frankly, each day that goes by, they are fortifying their nuclear installations. And so it'll make it very difficult if Israel wants to attack, or if the U.S. wanted to attack, to stop the nuclear production and to go after their production, because these locations are being so well fortified by the Iranians. So to me, this whole agreement was a bad idea, and it's going to get worse. And I'm not at all surprised that Iran did not comply on July 20th.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should continue with our economic sanctions and actually increase them so that we put a stranglehold on their finance capabilities and give them a certain period of time to comply. And if that doesn't work, I think America should take military action against those sites. I think that it's in our national interest. Of course, it's a big threat to Israel, but it's also a threat to America, and the possibility that this radioactive material could be used for a dirty bomb. I don't think Iran would hesitate to use their capabilities to give to terrorist organizations that could find their way to America and materially injure millions, if thousands, if not millions of Americans with this radioactive material. So I think it's in America's national interest. I'm sure you agree with that.
Well, to make Iran, I mean, put it in perspective, they are the only terrorist state which also has terrorist organizations. Its government itself is terrorist. They sponsor Hezbollah. They have the Quds Force. These are international terrorist forces. We know that Iran has had agents here in the U.S. They were charged several years ago with attempting to kill ambassadors in Washington, D.C., and also kill a large number of Americans. So this is both a terrorist government, and also it has terrorist tentacles all over the world. So this is a very, very real threat. Al-Qaeda is bad. You can go through all the different affiliates of Al-Qaeda, but Iran is really the only nation state which is also terrorist and actively supports terrorist groups around the world.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm very proud to appear on television in Israel with someone who's such a great champion of all of the things that are important to Israel and Israel's survival. Congressman Peter King, I want to thank you for joining with me, Bruce Blakeman. Hopefully, and I'm very confident that you and I will be serving together in Washington this coming January, and I want to wish everybody in Israel, I hope that you have the safety and security that you richly deserve.
And I would just say that I've been in Congress for a number of years. The best years of all will be when Bruce Blakeman joins me down there, and we can work together for America. We can do all we can to sustain and strengthen and even make greater our relationship with Israel and stand together against Islamist terrorism.
Thank you, Congressman.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you in Washington.
Thank you.